Bill Belichick had the single worst loss of his career. I was thinking, oh, maybe the Patriots can keep it competitive ish, but probably not, because we still don't have any weapons on offense for the Patriots, and that turned out to be the case. And it turns out not only is Mac Jones not good at anything, but he doesn't have any awareness, like at all. Like some of the mistakes he was making, that fumble, he's just hanging out and holds the football out to just be smacked out of his hand and returned into the end zone when you're right there. That's such a dumb play by Mac Jones. That interception, you got away with one earlier, but cross body when the defender's right there, that was way too easy for the Cowboys defense. And now with the Patriots, I was like, with the Patriots, I get your defense was good the first few weeks of the season, but the number one killer for defenses is a bad offense. And I was like, each week we're going to see the defense slowly start to fall apart. Well, guess what? Your two best players on defense are now hurt because they have to press every single play because they don't know if their offense is going to be able to get any points on the board, because the one game we did win, we only scored 15 points against the Jets. And now Christian Gonzalez and Matthew Judon are done. So your defense is basically in shambles at this point. You have Bill Belichick, and then it's time for the Patriots to, I don't think they should fire Bill Belichick, but get a GM in there. Get a proven GM who can draft receivers, because they clearly need that. Bill Belichick still doesn't want to sign any. But if you can just get a guy in there who can evaluate talent and draft players, and then will actually go out there and trade for star receivers and get talent on offense, it's like, yeah, that could probably help a quarterback who's not very good at anything. He's just solid at a few things, and he's a grinder.
He's like average at a couple things, and some things he's below average. Talk about his awareness. I mean, he is just, I can't really name anything he's that good at. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's not that accurate. He's not that mobile. He doesn't really have anything going for him. He's not really good at anything in particular. So for Mac Jones, like, this Patriots experiment with Mac Jones has been a failure to this point. And yeah, they made the playoffs. That's great. The first year with him, he made the Pro Bowl. That's somewhat of an accomplishment, I guess. But this team and this fan base and the New England Patriots as a whole have become kind of a joke at this point. You're talking about a team, like, they're not that far removed from winning Super Bowls with Brady, but their fan base and their front office, and Bill Belichick especially, are in delusion. You have this guy, Mac Jones, where you've seen the tape. You see that he wasn't the highly prospect. He was like the Will Levis of his draft, essentially, where, you know, you had the Trevor Lawrences and you had the Justin Fields and the Zach Wilsons, guys who are heavily touted, who had high ceilings. Mac Jones, middling ceiling, kind of compared to Ryan Tannehill. And it's funny that we compare him to Ryan Tannehill, because there are so many comparisons to Ryan Tannehill that are eerily similar. What's similar? First of all, both teams play in the AFC, because, of course, Ryan Tannehill started with the Dolphins. He was a high pick, 8th overall pick. Mac Jones, 15th overall pick. Both came from trying to continue the legacy of an iconic Hall of Fame quarterback, Dan Marino, Tom Brady. Not only that, what is their average touchdown-interception ratio to this point? 24 touchdowns, 12 picks. That's Ryan Tannehill's average season in the NFL. Mac Jones at this point, similar. Not only that, in his 6 years with the Dolphins, he was 42-46. Mac Jones, well on pace to have that record. Not only that, we're talking about bad weapons. His number one receiver starting was Brian Hartline. Who? They had old Reggie Bush. And who was his main brain behind him? Adam Gase. And what was Adam Gase notorious for? Ruining quarterbacks. Who does he have? He had Matt Patricia last year, and now he has, you know, Bill O'Brien, God rest his soul. This team, he's Ryan Tannehill. And, you know, Ryan Tannehill is a fine quarterback in the right system. That's seen what he's done with the Titans. But he with a team that his number one reception is Kayshon Boutte, Kendrick Bourne, guys who are fours everywhere else, he's set up to fail. He's got to get out of here. This is a breakup that's inevitable, but it needs to happen like now.
Yeah, the breakup needs to happen now. Patriots need to get their head out of their ass and just tank. You're not going to win a Super Bowl with this team. Bill Belichick is finally starting to realize it. It's like But you should have realized this 3 years earlier that you didn't have enough weapons. Mac Jones isn't Tom Brady, and he's kind of just taken the arrogant route where he wants to prove everyone wrong. He wants to prove he could do it with a bad offense and coach a team. Well, arrogance isn't going to get you too far in such a team heavily environment as the NFL. It's the most team centric sport, and Bill Belichick will always be like, no, it's the players. But Bill Belichick behind the scenes wants the credit for it. Bill Belichick is the one who wants to prove he can win without Tom Brady, and so far without Brady, it's been an absolute failure. And now we're talking about 50-50 with Brady and Belichick, and each year that goes by, I was like, okay, maybe it was 55-45 Brady. Maybe it was 60-40 Brady. Now it's like, okay, now it's 70-30 Brady. Because when you think about it, Brady didn't have that many weapons. His best weapon was Gronk. And unless you're Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, or Travis Kelce, you're not winning with your tight end being your best weapon. It's just not something that happens in the NFL. You need dynamic receivers. All the teams that have won the Super Bowl, aside from the Patriots with Tom Brady, have had elite receivers, because after Randy Moss, you can't name an elite receiver on that team. And you only got away with it because Tom Brady has a supercomputer in his head and refuses to lose. And that defense was enough for Brady to lead a comeback with. But if Bill Belichick keeps this up and not getting weapons, we have free coffee every Monday at Dunkin' Donuts. Bill Belichick is banned from Dunkin' Donuts. Say goodbye to your last Dunky Dunks until you turn the Patriots around. No more Munchkins, no more Boston cream donuts for you, no more pumpkin swirl. And if this continues, I don't even know if Starbucks is going to serve him.